Bayern, Liverpool, Barca and Lyon play out one of the most uneventful nights in Champions League history. Cristiano Ronaldo is back in Madrid. Inter Milan have turned their attentions to another Croat. There's a roundup of the day's transfer rumours, and of course, we have this week's great debate. That and more coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host, Matt Froelich. You are the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. First up, and if you like goals, then last night's Champions League action was definitely not for you. If you're one of those people that likes a well thought out tactical game, then it definitely was. Both games finished 0-0 last night in what was, to be honest, not even the most exciting evening. In the case of Barcelona against Lyon, well, Barca had 25 shots and none of them found the back of the net, and they had Marc-Andre ter Stegen in their own goal to thank for keeping out Lyon. This means that they'll head back to the new camp to do battle again in a few weeks' time, with Lyon needing potentially just a sneaky away goal to get through. This will obviously mean that Barcelona have to score two, however, that's not exactly something that's strange to them. Elsewhere in the other fixture of the night, Liverpool and Bayern Munich drew 0-0, and Liverpool are in the same boat as Lyon. If they go to Bayern Munich and get an early away goal, then things could be really interesting. However, on last night's performance, it doesn't look like they'll be scoring anytime soon. Mane was obviously the one who had the most gilt-edged chance to put Liverpool ahead, but aside from that, neither attacking force did much. Now, I don't really blame Bayern Munich for not attacking too much. They haven't been so great at defending, so they thought, why don't we shore up the defence, put Javi Martinez in the middle, who had a blinding game and was definitely my man of the match, and then not really worry about what happens up top. You could see how that played out. Basically, every time they hit the ball forward, they lost the ball. But for Liverpool, at home, with apparently the best front three in Europe, that was a pretty poor attacking display. As for Mo Salah, well, when he's on fine form and banging in the goals, I think he is one of the best players in the world. However, last night when he looks weak and loses the ball every time it comes up to him, he's not really that impressive. He certainly didn't look like a 100 or even 150 million pound player last night. Put it this way, Liverpool was so poor in attack that they make Mats Hummels look like he rolled back the years and he was the 2014 Mats Hummels that was lifting the World Cup. But anyway, looking forward to tonight's Champions League action, and Cristiano Ronaldo is back in Madrid against his former arch-rivals Atletico with his new side Juventus. As well as this, Ronaldo won to score because he's only got one goal in the last 8 Champions League games. However, when it comes to facing Atletico Madrid, the man is on fire, and if his previous record is anything to go by, he'll definitely find the back of the net tonight. In 31 appearances against the red and white half of Madrid, he's managed to bag 23 goals and chip in with 8 assists. That's a pretty ridiculous record, and to be honest, I can see him kind of extending that tonight. In a game where I think it's going to be quite defensive because of the way Atletico play, and because Juventus are away in the first leg, I can see it being a tight, close affair. And in these kind of matches, you need one player to come up with one special moment to change the game. That someone is more likely than not going to be Cristiano Ronaldo. Do not put it past him being the difference maker tonight. But away from the Champions League, to some transfer news, where Inter Milan have turned their attentions from one Croat to another. Last summer, they were interested in signing Luka Modric, the Ballon d'Or winner, however, decided to stay at the Bernabeu, meaning that this summer, Inter Milan will approach Barcelona for a €40 million deal for Ivan Rakitic. Now, last summer, Rakitic also was linked with a move away, and apparently a deal with PSG was organised. However, he decided to stay with Barcelona. After staying, he then wanted a new contract, which Barcelona then rejected, and now this January they've gone ahead and signed Frankie de Jong as a long-term replacement. This means that Rakitic once again finds his place under threat, and it looks more likely than not he'll decide to move on this summer. As mentioned before, Inter Milan are the frontrunners for Rakitic with a bid of around €40 million, and if they can hold on to a Champions League spot in Serie A, they'll have something extra to offer him. And next up, to a roundup of the day's transfer rumours, where Gareth Bale's price tag has been set. Real Madrid are willing to listen to offers of around €120 million for the Welsh forward. Elsewhere, Spurs are looking to reignite their interest in Fulham's Alexander Mitrovic after having a bid for him in January rejected late on. Pep Guardiola is looking to add a British flavour to his squad this summer, whilst keeping an eye over Ben Chilwell, Aaron Wan-Bissaka and also Declan Rice. And finally, Ander Herrera, the Manchester United midfielder whose contract is actually running out in the summer, is set to be offered a new 3-year deal on around £100,000 a week. And lastly but not least, because it's Wednesday, we come to this week's great debate. That is when our Onefootball newsroom team come up with a question to ask you guys. For my answer and the rest of the newsroom team's answer, you can find the article within the Onefootball app, and you can also watch the goals in there. I say the goals because this week's question that I want to hear from you guys in the comment section down below is, for the great debate, which is the best Champions League goal ever? Now, of course, there are so many to choose from. I know those of you who are probably a little bit younger are going to remember Gareth Bale's last season. A few of the older ones will probably remember Zinedine Zidane's fantastic volley against Leverkusen. Whichever one you choose, let me know down below. But for me, It's going to be Zlatan Ibrahimovic's first goal against Anderlecht in 2013-14. Now I know this may seem a little bit obscure because it was in the group stage, it was against a weak Anderlecht side, and Ibrahimovic ends up scoring 4 on the night. But what a goal it was. Only someone with Ibrahimovic's level of ability could even think about doing this, never mind pulling it off. As the ball bounced around 30 to 35 yards from the goal, Ibrahimovic's run up did not break stride and unleashed a rocket of a half volley with his right foot, which flew into the top corner. Of course, as mentioned before, you can see that goal and all of the others on the app, so make sure you go ahead and download it. But from me in this video, that is all we've got time for. So make sure you let me know down below all of your thoughts on the daily news in the comment section and smash the like button whilst you're there. You can also click here or here to check out all of our other videos on OneFootball. But until next time, I will see you guys later.